I'm Dan O'Connor of Hydro Armor Systems. Today's job is another redo. 5 years ago, one of these low-bidding bottom feeder companies told this homeowner that this job could be done for $5,000 and done in one day. We're here today, 5 years later, to rip it out. Now, I already know what I'm going to see. See this hammer here? That's a 90-pound demolition hammer. Won't need it on this job. That's a lightweight 60-pounder. Won't need it on this job. I'm going to show you today. I'm going to try to explain how jobs need to be done, and they can't be done in one day for $5,000. It cannot be done properly for $5,000. I'm going to show you why. And it's all about making sense. It's not about a salesman making a commission or a subcontractor getting in and out in one day because he doesn't get paid enough money to do the job right. Okay? Now this wall is moving. The wall is moving from lateral pressure. That means there's still water outside. Water's not getting into whatever kind of system they put in. Now the first thing that you notice, you look at the concrete. I already know it's not a wide enough trench. It's not enough for the volume of water. Now, this is their concrete. I showed you outside a 90-pound hammer, demo hammer. Don't need it here. I also showed you a medium 60-pounder. Don't need it here. This is a very, very light duty demo hammer. Don't need it here. Now this here is just a little tiny chipping hammer. I don't want to overexert myself. This isn't even concrete. What do you got? 3/4 of an inch? That's how you low bid. Now, what is this? What is that supposed to do? I look at the walls. They're soaking wet. And here we got, this is PVC pipe. Garbage. This is the PVC pipe. All the way up here. Now down here is where the water is. I didn't put the water there. If you dig your trench to the bottom of the footer and you put your pipe down at the bottom of the footer, there isn't going to be any water. Here's the pipe up here. This is the width of their trench right here. The trench really needs to be this wide. It needs to be this much wider. $5,000 in and out in a day. A company's going to dig a trench to here. This is about 20% of the actual labor that really needs to be done. They're only cutting out this much concrete. They're only digging down this far, in and out in a day. But that's not how you do a job. The trench has got to be to the bottom of the footer. That's where it's got to go. The pipe will be in this trench, surrounded by stone. The pipe creates a void in the stone. Water rises up, gets right into the pipe, and it creates a void for the water to flow rapidly to the pumps. Here's their crock. Now, if you look down inside that crock, there's supposed to be PVC piping in this system going into this crock. Where is it? I don't see it. Hey, maybe they ran out of materials on this job and just didn't feel like going to get any more. Why bother? They only had the day. I gotta put my glasses on. Still can't see it. Ah, okay. Okay, there's a PVC pipe. All right. Right there. Can you see it? How's it supposed to get into that crock? What's that all about? Huh? One day, $5,000. You seen enough yet? I'll find more. Okay, this is really soaking wet. The back of this plastic is wet. This is plastic. This is like PVC. There isn't any mold on here. Some of these guys sell you this PVC pipe with this black liner, which is an antimicrobial liner. No mold will grow in it. Mold doesn't grow on plastic, okay? It's impossible. All right, Weed poles. My other favorite thing. They got weed poles in here. I don't know whether it's a triple cell or a double cell, but oops, they missed the mortar joints. You might say mortar joints are not much of a big deal, but you see, the blocks are staggered. This has got a little hollow area, so this is a cell. And if this is a triple cell block, a portion of this goes all the way up. That's a cell that goes all the way up. So the mortar joint needs to be drilled out as well. What's it take, 2 seconds? You can be in and out of a job in a day if you, let's see, they drilled out 2/3 of the weed poles. They did 2/3 of the work. One day, $5,000. All right, real simple. This is a double cell block. Right here's the mortar joint. Now, look up here. Water can accumulate in there. And then one of these holes is above it. So if you don't drill this out, that water can build up all the way up. Got it? We getting on the same page yet? Now this is a trench. That's 16 inches. 6 inches for the footer, 10 inches beyond the footer. That's what a proper trench looks like. If you were to have paid too much for this job, you might have lost a little bit of money. But when you pay too little, that thing that you buy can't do that which you bought it for. And you've just thrown that money away. That back wall is moving. Possibility that because of hiring a low bidder 5 years later, could have lost the whole rear wall. I don't do these videos just solely for myself. I can't do all the jobs. If you do hire another contractor, watch my videos, see how the specs have to be done. Sit in the middle of the basement and make sure they do it. And you'll get a good job. Now that's a trench.